Hi there YouTube, thanks for joining me again. It's Vivian Moon here. It's the second part of our disclosure series, and we've discussed so far our role in the energy cycles on this planet. And for the benefit of context, it's worth discussing the other energy cycles that are apparent. So, in the mineral kingdom, we have a whole spectrum of energy cycles that range from energy, which condenses down into time, and which condenses down into space, and then to matter. That's tomato for some people. So we've got condensing down of energy, a different spectrum of conscious frequencies produced by the interactions of those elements in the mineral world, which become food for plants in the second density of consciousness. So they, in the second density, they feed off the energy cycles in the first, in the same way that plants feed from the mineral world. Animals feed from the plant world, and that would be the third density, where you have third density plants, third density animals that feed off the energy cycle in the plant kingdom. Without getting things too complicated about evolutionary catalysts and how consciousness moves from one plane to the next, there's also the product of the chemicals produced in the the minerals produced in the first density are food for the second, and the chemistry that's built up there becomes food for the third. And then it's the sentience, the frequencies, the brainwave frequencies of the third. So the sentience is of the third, and become the energy which is fed upon by the fourth density. And so how we interact between the different densities and create harmonics between them, and looking at what harmonics we're currently experiencing and how to best move the direction of our evolution to create flavors that we appreciate. And so let's look at the interactions, the modern interactions we have between the different densities of consciousness we have. So humans are involved with the evolution of consciousness. So we may even think to ourselves that we help to edit the information that's available to. So we feed off feeding off the animal kingdom. To feed off the energy cycles in the animal kingdom, we have to do certain things to create them a paradigm that makes it easy to farm. And so there is a similar way that there's various techniques to produce certain sentient frequencies. So there are more than one. So there's more than one type of animal that feeds from a plant. There's more than one type of fourth density organism that feeds off of a human sector of the third density sentience. Yeah. So depending on what food sources are available at the third density depends on what food sources are available at the fourth density. So what energy cycles we actually operate in the third creates the food for the fourth. And so bringing that back a little bit to context with the disclosure, there are reasons why certain sentient frequencies are being cultivated, and really, to look at the subject openly, you need to look at what frequencies are being cultivated, and is there any frequencies being cultivated? All you have to do is turn the TV on and you'll see there's a lot of frequencies that are being cultivated. You've got to ask, why are those frequencies being sold? Why are they trying to sell them to me? So this is sort of like the second part of disclosure, which is there's a cosmic world out there. You're a fundamental link in it, same as every plant, animal, tree is fundamental. That's how important you are. Yeah. And so the things that you think are basically food for other dimensional expressions of consciousness, so evolution or above this. So basically there's investment in this density, in this world, for certain brainwave frequencies to be cultured, and that is to create those cultures. You need a paradigm in which they're gonna be expressed. So if you're working from where you are now, you look at the brainwave frequencies that are being cultivated, and see that they're valuable enough to invest in. And so, without going too far into the technology at this point, when we've got sentient thought, they create scalar frequencies, which can be which are energy vector, an expression that can be worked with on different levels. So if you imagine that, trying to put this from a centrist point of view, being that there's a transcendental apogees of sentience, so there are realms of pain and pleasure, and that by exercising the human to experience those apogees, various food is available in higher dimensions. And so we're looking at different, so the transcendental apogees, you have consciousness, but consciousness is the sentience. It's actually the level of that is emotional. It's emotional information, and one of the things that's being stored on the planet is emotional information. The planet has got its own emotional library, and essentially that's what is the food. That's what's being cultured on this planet more than anything else. Is different apogees of emotion, and pretty much sort of going to leave the video here, and hopefully I'm going to get a comment or a subscriber of some kind, so I can discuss some of the things I'm going to be talking about with you, and see what your experience of the cosmic landscape is, and see you again soon.